One lawmaker hopes to make weed legal in Tennessee this year, not just medicinally, but recreationally. If that were to happen, Tennessee would join a growing list of states around the country with legal recreational marijuana, but be the first southern state to make the move. But it will be a tough time to make it through the legislature, where a number of medical cannabis bills have failed through the last decade. As News Channel 5's Kyle Horan shows us, this Nashville representative wants to start a conversation about the direction of legalization nationwide.
The thinking here from this state lawmaker is that in the future there are going to be multiple states around Tennessee that have full recreational legalization of cannabis. He says Tennessee should fall in line with them. This won't be an easy one. Medical cannabis has been a hot topic in the state legislature, but recreational? There hasn't been much discussion about that.
If you look across the state line in Bristol's going to have full legalization, so you'll be able to step over the state line. Mississippi is working through their process. We don't need to be the last state standing.
Representative Bob Freeman is bringing a bill to legalize the cultivation, regulation, and sale of cannabis across Tennessee without the current restrictions facing hemp farmers. Cannabis has been discussed in committees before, and law enforcement have voiced their concerns about the possibility of abuse, even with products for medical use. Freeman says these talks need to happen because other states are passing legalization laws. Freeman believes that people of Tennessee should have their voices heard on this issue.
Part of that process is going to be debating and having people hear from qualified individuals as to why this should happen, talk about the tax revenue that our state could be receiving, and talk about the number of people that are in prison today for small amounts of marijuana.
A recent Gallup poll shows support for legalization increasing to 68% nationwide. Also, other states have seen tax revenue numbering in the billions because of cannabis sales. Colorado is an example. Their Department of Revenue shows the state has made more than $2 billion since they started taxing the plant in 2014. Still, there are many voices who will want to be heard on this issue in Tennessee. Kyle Horan, News Channel 5.
Some arguments against legalization include the impact on people driving while high or the federal status of the drug. The DEA has marijuana listed as a Schedule I substance, meaning it's classified having a high potential for abuse.